Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Untitled Tarot and welcome to your full moon reading for May 2020. So that's full moon in Scorpio, 17 degrees Scorpio. I won't spend a lot of time discussing the full moon because there is a lot of very good videos out there. There's also a lot of information involved with this full moon. So what I will point to is that it may well present an opportunity for the revelation of hidden feelings, whether it's yours or somebody else's. And it may well be a resolution of any emotional issues that started or that rose their heads rather around the recent new moon. I'm Cancer rising and I've had an incredibly angsty couple of weeks with all sorts of questions being brought to my attention. Now this is a bulk introduction, as they always are on my full moon, so there's a timestamp down below if you want to watch more than one of these, and I advise that you do. You want to watch your sun, your moon and your rising. The rising more important than any of them, and the timestamp will take you straight past all of this blurb. If you don't know what your moon and rising sign is, there is a link down below to get yourself a free birth chart, and I highly recommend doing that. Now, as I say, the full moon is at 17 degrees Scorpio, 17 degrees 19 minutes. So I'm going to read out the inside degree image for this degree, which is actually, I'm going to read out Scorpio 18, because the degrees go from 0 to 29, but inside degrees go from 1 to 30. And I've noticed that people always seem to read out the degree before. I really like this degree here. People holding hands around a table. One candle is burning in the middle of the table. Intimate depths of camaraderie. Forces joined by spirit call. Gathering in the name of a greater vision. Pooling resources. Tapping what each does best, both inside the self and in soul links with others. Avid to combine forces. The drive to fuse. Passion, desire, intent, a surge of power. Being hugely drawn to consume separativeness and to attain unity and wholeness. A path or journey that will put you through every test and trial imaginable. Fierce resolve. And encountering shadows and dissipation so thunderous and multiplex that it will take everything it has inside to see this one through. And yes, full moon in Scorpios are always quite passionate. In good ways and in bad ways. As I said, hidden feelings coming to the surface. Now in the description below there is a link to a Facebook group where you can see where I post astrology videos about the full moon, for example, from a lot of the good astrologers on YouTube. There's an inbox there so you can contact me directly for a reading if you wish. Don't forget that there is a timestamp down there to get past all this blurb. But lastly, before I bring the cards up, I just want to thank everybody who has subscribed and contacted me and commented and liked and possibly shared. I've got no ideas about the shares. So far, it has really helped the channel. I'm glad I can be of service, and yeah, keep in touch, keep commenting. It's nice to receive the feedback, so thank you very much, everybody. And with no further ado, I'll bring up the cards. Okay, Taurus, the top row of gods here represent those like the archontic masks of the gods that are trying to suppress you and keep you away from your higher self. And the bottom row represents the more pagan view of the gods as forces that are there that can lift you up if you work with them correctly. And what I'm seeing here is that we have, well, the angel energy over the entire reading is the angel of discernment. Through the grace of the divine, I am able to know the right path, backed up from the oracle of heaven of hell with Nehemiah, who is the angel of discernment. So there is a choice being presented to you, and this choice is really quite obvious in the cards. We have, as a force that is opposing you, Pan, nature. And sometimes Pan can be those lower natures, those lower urges. And with, on the bottom row, Tiamat with control being there to support you, it's almost like you're having to control aspects of your shadow self and choose during this time whether to use them or not. And the guidance here is probably not. There's a difference between the practical, wise thing to do that is being offered to you, and the right thing to do to be the best you. I'm reminded, like I was in a recent reading, I don't know if it was yours, but I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. Now, I'm not saying this is for love, but I am saying that there is a practical idea that is presented to you that you think, yeah, that's just in my nature to do that. I will do that, but either the action is guilt driven because you're feeling guilty about something, or the action will create guilt, which also I think is not necessarily a good thing. Yes, it's almost like you are being led to be strategic in a certain fashion. Before I put any more tarot down, so the God forces that are suppressing you: Pan with nature, Thoth with wisdom, Penthesilea with guilt, Aries with warmongering, and then Katesh with pleasure and Gaia with creation. Now, Gaia's on both sides of the fence here. You are being offered the chance to create something that appears wonderful. But in order to do that, you are going to have to go to war. And you are going to war either because you are feeling guilty, or that will create your feeling guilty. Yes, it's almost like you're trying to heal some form of pain or make up for some form of pain that you feel yourself. But bear in mind, whatever this pleasurable thing that you're after is, look at the trouble it will cause. Look at the position it will put you in. You know, be careful here. Tread gently. You already have a purpose. Right, the gods that support you. Gaia as the mother, the nurturer. Not just nature, but that which enables, empowers and allows things to grow. We have Odin with guidance. Now remember that Odin paid a price for his wisdom. He had to hang upside down for 9 days on the world tree and lost his eye. Tiamat with control, that I've already covered. Hera with relating. So here I'm rather feeling that this is time for you to build bridges rather than burn them. Because Hera is standing in direct opposition to Aries with the warmongering here, and Pele with purpose. You have an end goal. You had an end goal before Venus retrograde turned up. You had an end goal. So keep pursuing that end goal. It is something that you've already put the work in, but just be aware of what actions you are required to take. Practical wisdom is not always the right thing to do. So Gaia here is that nurturing energy, is offering you a chance to level up rather than just, this is not a time to think that you are playing to your strengths, which is what the Pan and the Seven of Swords is telling me. It's saying, yeah, play to your strengths. No, that's the trap. If you are leveling up, all of a sudden you're a novice again. You're a newbie. You achieve level 2, but this is your first time on level 2, and therefore you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to be around. You may have mastered level 1, but that was a level ago. You're somewhere new now. But the guidance seems to be just put an end to this issue. Whatever it is, stop feeling the pain, stop feeling the torment, control it. Because it's almost like find a way to resolve it with this relating. You know, wisdom and spirit is going to come to you with this star card here. There is a form of wish granting, but the wish granting comes from building bridges, not burning them. But you can put an end to the pain you are feeling, which is far different than putting an end to the situation or getting revenge, getting your own back, whatever dynamic is going on here in these cards. by controlling your shadow side, you are opening yourself up to creating, well, one, creating yourself, not having something spring into creation because you think you've done the right thing, because that will just end you up in a position of, you know, this is somebody else's creation coming to you. This is something that you're not necessarily in charge of manifesting yourself. You are doing something to earn your place there. Don't earn your place anywhere. Build your place. And Pele with purpose, you keep your eyes on what you are wanting for you. We have the Empress. Things will come up roses. You know, you will receive a good harvest and abundance. And also with this Gaia, the Empress, and even with Tiamat. Listen to those sources of feminine wisdom that are around you. But feminine as in healing, not anybody who is on the warpath of going, I will destroy them. You know, there's, because Thoth here is clarified by the Queen of Wands, who, if you look at her, can be a lot like Kali, can be a force of destruction. You know, you could say that silhouette is Kali just as much as you could say it was Kuan Yin. If you're aware of the 1,000-armed Kuan Yin, although she'd have a few more arms than that. So, with that being the force against you, you've got the Queen operating against you, but you can become the king using the energies of Tiamat, going into your shadow side and saying, you behave. You don't need to worry about that anymore. We're sorting it. So, yeah. Build bridges, don't burn them. So if this means anything to you, Taurus, comment down below. Now, you'll notice on the bulk introduction, all the shuffle videos are different. So go and watch your rising sign, your moon sign. Go and watch one of your other signs now, because let's face it, these are fairly bite-sized, but build bridges, don't burn them. Cheers.